This is DG Vision Network.
Hello everyone, welcome to DG Vision Network. Today we have an extraordinary guest in the studio. He's one of the greatest, one of the best content creators in the country. You know him as Mr Macaroni, but his name is Debo Adedayo. You're welcome to the show.
You're doing well.
Yeah, I'm doing well.
Doing well.
So when I first got to know you, I was seeing just some memes and excerpts from your comedy. And when I finally start consuming your content and I got to know you, I was surprised to see how young you are compared to the character you play. Do you get that from people that meet you?
Always.
Wow.
In fact, when I tell people my age, they don't believe. They feel I'm hiding my age. But it is what it is.
Okay. So let's talk about the character, Mr. Macaroni. What inspired that character in terms of just the name, the mannerism, those your catchphrases? What inspired all that?
Yeah. Okay. So, I would not really call Mr. Macaroni a character, as it were. Yeah. You know, I would like to say maybe Mr. Macaroni is the brand. Oh, wow. You know, I think the guy you're talking about with the Daddy Wa, because, you know, there's also Professor Hard Life and a couple of other characters I try to portray. So, but Mr. Macaroni, you know, I started using the stage name as far back as when. It's been a while. Well, and the way the name came is nothing serious. I was on set, you know, one day before I even started creating content myself. You know, I was on set for Face to Face, you know, a sitcom, a popular sitcom. You know, and then I was playing, it was an extra. You know, they'll just give you some roles that when you never blew, so to say, they'll just give you some role. Maybe say, maybe now you go the fry bole, or maybe the lead actor, you are the one that we clean his shoe. You know, so all these funny roles. You know, so I had one of those roles, and my character in that sitcom did not have a name because it was just one or two scenes. But I think the way I was playing that role that day, the director liked it. And, you know, he just said, give yourself a name, you know. And, you know, I was under a lot of pressure then. It was when I just really started featuring in series and movies and stuff. I just said Mr. Macaroni, you know. And then since then, I just decided to use the name as a stage name. Okay. So then, till today now that we have everything this way.
Very interesting. Yeah. So I was watching there's this series on this documentary, Genius, about Kanye West. I don't know if you've checked it out.
No, I've not actually.
All right. So when he started to make that transition from a producer to an artist, when he decided to make that, he already envisioned how big it was going to be. Yeah. So when you started with this, the journey of these characters, did you see it becoming this big?
No.
Wow.
The character, did I see it big? No. Did I see Debo Adedayo as someone that will be successful in life? Yes. I didn't just know the time. But that character, did I see it as the character that will bring me to limelight? Absolutely not. I just started doing it out of depression. I was frustrated, you know, with the movie roles. They were not forthcoming. It was just frustrating. I said, okay, look, everyone is creating content online. I'm a theater artist. I'm a thespian. This is what I studied. I have this skill. I just didn't believe in content creation at that time. Okay.
That was like which year? Which area?
That was when I started creating content was late 2019.
Oh.
Yeah. And it was that period, early 2020, that things started the way it started, you know. So I just started doing it because I was tired of staying at home, just tired of everything. So, but to God be the glory, it became the character that would put me into limelight.
So at what point did it dawn on you that, I don't blow? At what moment?
Of course, it has to be when your friends from way back that did not care about you start sending you messages that, now you still use this number, Debo. How far? Or you step out and is this not the guy? Are you? Then you know that, and it was around that late 2019, early 2020. You know, when I started actually, it was just around that period. And you know that period, content creation, in fact, I feel for me, that period was when content creation became a thing. It's been, a lot of people have been creating content, you know, but a lot of people had not tapped into the content creation industry. Now, trust me, we have
of course
millions of content creators out there. So.
Yeah, speaking of content creators, your colleagues, of course, we know that there's been a lot of collaboration between you guys, which I'm going to go to later. Yeah. But being one of the best, is there anyone? No, I will say that. Undisputedly, being one of the best. Is there anyone that you look at that this person scares you in a positive way? This person motivates you. Like what this person is putting out.
Well, it would not necessarily be scare. It would just be appreciation for the work that every other person does. One thing about our industry, the content creation industry, entertainment as it were, but particularly content creation game, is everyone has an identity. So what Mr. Macaroni as a brand is doing is different from what Brother Shaggy is doing, is different from what Tauma is doing, is different, you know, Sabi knows. It's different from what everyone has their own style. So I feel people could consume the ones that, some people, the way you keep saying, I really love my content, some people don't, which is totally fine. They have other preferences, you understand? So I feel it's just appreciation for every content creator out there, you know, knowing fully well that we all have our different and unique styles.
Speaking of collaboration,
yes.
So we're beginning to see lots of collaboration between you skit makers. What's the strategy behind it? Are you trying to tap into other fan base, or is just
no, well, it's collaboration and variety will always be the spice of life. You understand? And for me, not necessarily maybe tapping into fans or something. It will just be from the fact that we succeed, we thrive better when we come together. Of course, it doesn't happen all the time. So we already, if I don't collaborate with someone, I will still be doing my content. But we know that when we collaborate with one another, it even brings out more enjoyment for people out there. So the people like you that really love Mr. Macaroni, when they see another person out there that maybe they were not really liking before, they will this guy is not bad though. So that's the beauty of collaboration. You get to appreciate every other artist, you know, and you give the audience a lot more enjoyment.
So one interesting signature of your character is that he likes women with big well, first of all, let me ask you: is that do you personally share that same spec with?
Debo is a virgin. Debo is a virgin.
No, Debo is not dating anyone.
Debo is in no relationship whatsoever. So Debo is a virgin.
Okay, that's interesting.
Well, if you are talking about freaky daddy, it's freaky. You know, I speak. Of course, you know that. Do you see Professor Hard Life content?
Oh yes.
You know that one doesn't like women and hair, so you know that there is a part of Debo too that hair. So you know.
So I'm sure you get lots of ladies come to approach you, maybe DMs or something like that. I have a very illusions board. I want to feature in your comedy skits.
Absolutely.
How do you deal with this? How do you like?
I personally, I try to support as many as I can, you know, not only via that particular character. There's also a life. We try to bring different characters, different budding artists, because I totally relate with the frustration for budding thespians or budding actors, as it were, to not get a platform where they can express their amazing talents. So it's always a thing of joy for me to be able to bring people on my set and say, look, let's do this. Let's see how it goes. You understand? So we get a lot of those requests. We try to attend to as many as we can, you know, and then, of course, you cannot, there are so much out there. So, you know, we can only continue praying that there's an enabling environment for every other artist out there to do better.
So we know, aside from being a content creator, you're also an activist.
now they call me activist.
You've been lending your voice to social issues, which is very nice, and you've been at the forefront of many struggles. How long would you say you've been an activist? Let me use that on quote.
As I said, now they call me, I cannot cheat me and go scot-free. We go drag them together. So right from when I was in secondary school, right from the time when I don't get sense, you know, when I see things are not going right in a particular way, I can't help it but to voice out, you know. So because we have a mindset in the country that because things have been a certain way, it is right. No, that it is popular or it is a certain way does not make it right. So when I see things that I'm not comfortable with, that inconveniences me or others, I try to use my voice and I try to use my platform to speak up.
So you think because of what you do, you make people laugh with these funny characters, you think people downplay you when you talk about social issues and when you're trying to...
No, absolutely not. I think there are some people that have said that is because of the seriousness they see from my speaking up and landing up that drew them maybe closer to me or things like that. So I think I'm able to differentiate between my career as an actor, as a content creator, and my person as a concerned citizen of Nigeria. So when I speak, well, most of the time when I tweet about certain things, everyone picks it up. The blogs will pick it up. Oh, Macaroni. So even these days, I'm very careful about what I say, what I push out there, because I understand that it can influence a number of people. You understand that? So I think is a part. You cannot say because Mr. Macaroni creates content, then when I speak about issues that affect us as citizens of this great country, you try to downplay it now. The joke will be on you.
Yeah, we saw the active role you played during the NSAS protest. Your fight for justice.
Yeah.
You don't like to use the word activist. Activism.
Yeah.
What has it cost you personally?
Well, I've been personally persecuted for it. I have a group of people that are their work is to come on social media every day of their lives and attack my person. So it's something I've been greatly persecuted for. It happened even when I was picked up, when I was harassed and brutalized by the Nigerian police force. They vented their anger and their frustration on me, and they made it clear that was the reason why they were doing so. They said that I was disturbing some certain people in the system and that they were going to show me pepper. So personally, physically, mentally, if not because this is who I've always been, what happened to me then could have, just put me in a very terrible state of mind, you understand? Well, because I'm used to being persecuted. This is not going to be the first time. Even before I started speaking about issues affecting Nigeria, this is not going to be. So I'm used to being persecuted. My father will always say something. He will say, well, it's a popular Yoruba saying, "Olo toki leni," So he will say the truth has no mouth to rest, because people will always, you understand. So personal, and of course we have had some brands that maybe we wanted to work with. They have approached when they see that Macaroni is talking about government or talking about this, they withdraw. So but I always say something, that those persecutions would not really deter me. They would not stop me from lending my voice as to things that we know should be done right, for justice, for a better nation. They won't stop me, because most of the time I even believe that God has blessed me with the platform, the popularity that I have now, because of my person, because you can't stop me from talking. No, if something is wrong, we'll talk about it.
So, do you have any personal political ambition in the near future?
Well, people ask me that. My brother, in all honesty, I don't know. I can't say that. If you ask me now, it just worries me. The situation of things just worries me. And people have always said that, maybe Macaroni does not like politicians, or he has something against them. No, I just have something against impunity, against corruption, against a system where Nigerian youths cannot succeed, cannot thrive without doing like this. We have long built a culture of corruption, and it has affected the mindset of every Nigerian, because to get things done in the country, there has to be one way. Talk about getting a driver's license, talk about NYSC posting, gone. There's nothing you basically want to do. So those things, it just pains me, and I see no reason why, because of I always say that I don't hold other people accountable to my own personality or my own standards. You understand? So personally, since I now even have the platform, when things are wrong, we'll speak up about it, and when they do well, we'll also commend them for doing well.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Now we all know, of course, obviously you benefited from social.
So sorry, before some people watching will say that I didn't answer the question. Like I said, I don't know.
You said you don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. So I'm just concerned. Nearest future, we will let time decide.
Okay, but if you are going, then just be sure you have my support. All right, talking about social media, you benefited immensely from social media.
Absolutely.
But we know this space, this social space, it's where you get the good and the bad. It has done harm as well as good.
Absolutely.
And we know the dangers of fake news and some obscenity online. What is your view on regulating social media?
Well, it's a tricky one. What I believe is that everyone has to be held accountable to their actions. You understand? So when you spread fake news, I for one, when we speak, if we are talking, if we talk, say our government don't do this one well, we too as individuals, as citizens, we have a lot of role to play. So when we peddle fake news, when people peddle fake news, it's absolutely wrong. You understand? And I, for one, I've said it times without number. I've put it on my platforms. You cannot push out fake news. It destroys everything you even stand for, everything you are fighting for. If you say things no good and you they do push bad things, it's wrong. So regulating social media, how? From the way where the approach the government came in with was an approach of, oh look, these people are talking too much. Let us muzzle. You understand? Which is wrong. People have the freedom to express themselves. I mean, this is a government that came in on the platform of social media.
Yes.
This administration, social media was very influential in their coming on board. You understand? So if the social media favored you, you cannot say it is now your problem. How the question should be, how can you address the issue of fake news? When people push up fake news, you should know there might be certain punishment, there might be certain consequences for such actions. Find these people. But to say you now want to back everybody and say, oh, we'll be monitoring your Facebook, or you cannot post this, or you cannot post that, that's off.
Beautiful. Now, one thing we've been seeing in your space, your industry, is the transition of skit makers into the film industry, Nollywood proper. Though you've been in the industry before you became a skit maker. What is your view on this trend? Some people feel the producers are just trying to tap into people's fan base. What is number one, is it easy to make that transition from making skits to going into full-fledged feature movie? Making that transition, is it easy?
Well, like you rightly said, for me, I've always been an actor before the journey of content creation started for me. So I'm doing both. Till now, I'm still going to sets, shooting movies and what have you. So, but the question we'll be asking is, what are the roles, or what are these content creators? I like to use the word content creator. Yes. What are these content creators bringing to the table? Is there a function of people just looking at them that, oh, what's this one doing inside film? Or because I noticed that a lot of people try to water down content, the value that content creators bring as well, or they try to put them in a box and say maybe they don't have talent or this or that. What we need to know is that the world is evolving. The world, my teacher would say that as the world is spinning, you must spin along the world with the world, or else you'll be left behind. You understand? So we are in a digital era. This is digital age. Everyone has a phone. Everyone is checking their social media. What's happening? What's the latest? You understand? So we have noticed that a lot of people are creating content for social media. Now, when filmmakers bring these people on board, the question should be, are they good enough? Don't forget whether they are just online or social media. Are they delivering? Are they doing the job? You understand? So personally, I don't see anything wrong. I see it as producers realizing the value that content creators will bring into their projects and putting them on board. For content creators that have no background, no film background, that maybe they never used to be for film. I can't speak for them because I don't know how they try to transition into that. But I believe that if they have the talent and they work on the talent, because trust me, how you would create content with your phone is different from when you're on a film set or shooting for a serial or shooting a cinema job or stage production. They are all different. But if you can train yourself as a content creator for all of these different platforms, then why not? You are good to go.
Well, personally, when producers approach you and they say they want you in their movie to play the same character you play in your
We don't take it. We don't. We reject. My management rejects such scripts. Why? Because why? The guy is online. Go to Instagram. Go to Facebook. Go to his YouTube platform. He's there. He's everywhere. So why do you still want that same guy to come to film? So, and also because we do not want to stereotype the actor Debo Adedayo.
Yes.
You understand? Debo Adedayo is an actor that has been so trained to play different roles, different characters. That's what we want. We want at the long run, we want people to see that, and that's why Mr. Macaroni as a brand too. We don't only just do the freaky. Although we know that a lot of people love that. That might be the most loved character. Yeah. But that's why we also brought Professor Adlife to the table. We also brought sometimes Debo, a young guy who acts as a young guy, so that people see that the actor Debo Adedayo can play as many, because that is what he's trained to do. Yeah.
So, do you have plans of going into producing yourself full?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's always been my dream. And we're working on it. Me, I like to calm down. I don't like to rush things. But trust me, we're working on different stuff for the enjoyment of everyone out there.
All right. So, finally, what else can your fans expect from you this year 2022?
I expect more and more amazing content. We have different platforms, and like I've said before, content creation, this is the era of content creation. It's a digital creation era, you understand, and content is crude. So this time around, we know that. And why is content crude? It cannot die, because the artist is influenced by the things that the artist sees. As thespians, we are mirrors of the society. That's why most of my content are tailored around when I create a content, it has to be something that is happening around you. You understand? So that's why the art can never die, because as long as people continue to live, as long as we are in existence, we'll always create content out of our existence. So we are looking at bringing more people on board, engaging more artists out there. Artists are the most easily depressed people in the world. You understand? Because the gems live within us. And when we do not have the avenue to express and explore those gems, it's frustrating. So I understand. I understand that for every budding artist out there. And we're trying to tap and bring as many people, support as many people on board. So I expect more and more amazing content for film. I've done a couple of cinema projects this year. I will be out soon, That's my own personal content, my own film and other series of other productions. Yes. Right. And of course, we'll continue to use our voice to speak for ourselves and for the people.
So thank you very much, Mr. Debo.
Thank you for having me.
Mr. Macaroni.
You are doing
beautiful.
Well.
Yes,
you are doing well. I must say that I really enjoyed the session with you. I think you're very interesting to talk to.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Hope you will oblige us next time.
Absolutely.
So yes, that was Mr. Macaroni. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/DGVision Network, for more exciting videos and content. Thank you very much.
This is DG Vision Network.